And time for your weekly tech update, game review. We're talking Angry Birds VR, Isle of Pigs for the PlayStation VR. Last week on the program, we talked about Angry Birds Isle of Pigs augmented reality that they came out with for your smartphone. Now they've come out with Angry Birds VR Isle of Pigs for the PlayStation VR. It's already been out for the Oculus and the Vive for quite some time, and possibly some standalone headsets as well, I'm not quite sure. But now we get to experience it on the PlayStation, and I had to check it out. If you've ever played Angry Birds on your phone before, not even the augmented reality version, just the old original version, it's kind of one of those time-wasting games. It could be quite addictive. There's not a lot to it, but it's quite entertaining at the same time, and it's good to jump in and play for 10 or 15 minutes when you have the spare time, but you don't want to get into a hardcore game. I suspect this is going to be the same, but let's check it out for ourselves. First, I'm going to take a look at the options here, which we don't have much. Vibration, music, sound, controls. Menu, reset camera, button slingshot. Okay, easy enough. It seems to be Angry Birds, just you're in the universe now instead of looking on a 2D screen, which could be quite entertaining and give you a little bit of a better perspective. Alright, so let's do this because we can move around now, right? Yeah, look at that. And just like all the other Angry Bird games, it looks to get harder and harder as we go. Now we have TNT in there. Because this is PlayStation VR, I can move a little bit around. Ooh, and move quite a bit closer. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Alright, well, let's see what we can do here. Let's hit these guys in here. Yes! As you can see, it's quite a bit of fun. If you've ever played Angry Birds, it's the same experience, just in a 360-degree view. What's that over there? Oh. Ah, look at that. We can move around. That's very cool. Okay, let's try to chip away there, shall we? Oh, okay, one more. Yes! As you progress, you have to figure out your strategy. All of a sudden, you don't have enough birds to be able to take all of the structures down, and you have to figure out how to make one go crashing into another to complete the level. One of the things I've always liked about the Angry Birds series is the physics, the real world physics of how things fall and how things fly through the air and gravity affects them. It's all very compelling and makes you want to play that much more to experience the different variety of birds and what they're all capable of. As far as the graphics go, this is on par with the very good, clean, smooth games of the PlayStation VR. It's fairly clear, it's bright, it's cartoony. Those always seem to work better in virtual reality than going for the photorealism. And it's Angry Birds. If you've ever played it, it's exactly that. You're just in the universe and you don't have to look through a 2D screen. Sound, again, exactly the same as all of the other Angry Birds that we've played on the various other devices. There is 3D spatial sound, so you can turn your head. It does get louder in your right or left ear, depending on which direction you're looking away from everything. That is kind of cool. And as far as age goes, I would say all players of all ages are able to play this game. Now, word of warning, Sony says no one under the age of 12 should don a VR headset. I think that's more of a safety issue, as we really don't know the long-term effects of a developing mind or eyes if they use VR too often. Now, I have a 7-year-old and I will let her play this game, but for no more than probably 30 minutes at a stint, and only one time with it a day. Anything more than that is probably overkill for her developing eyes, and of course doing anything too much is probably going to hurt your eyes, especially if the screen is a couple inches away from them. I would not recommend their mobile version, but the VR version is absolutely entertaining, available to all ages, and a little bit addictive as well. It makes you stress your brain to figure out the right strategy to topple these towers and get to the next level. And of course, for any guy that likes destruction, this game is awesome. It's like destroying the Lego house that you took so long to build without actually having to put the time in to build it. Now, as far as the time it's going to take you to compete with this game, it's only going to take you about an hour and a half or so if you rush right through it. If you're picky about going back and getting 100% on each level, well, maybe it's going to take you a bit longer, but ultimately, it's not that long of a game, and the developers do want to have more than 100 levels in here before too long. Angry Birds VR Isle of Pigs for the PlayStation VR gets 3 out of 5 stars for not really bringing anything new to the table and for being painfully short. It's available for $14.99 on the PlayStation Store and available for other VR headsets too. And finally, happening in this week's What The? A Lamborghini driver tries to show off and crashes into a brick wall. A Lamborghini driver showing off his $500,000 sports car to a crowd of onlookers lost control of the supercar and crashed it head first into a brick wall, destroying the thing. 2 drivers were lined up on a public road in the back streets of London to show off their Lamborghinis. The Hurricane Performance pulls up in front of a crowd who pull their phones out in anticipation of capturing footage for social media. However, as the Hurricane accelerates away, the vehicle quickly spins out of control, mounting the curb and sliding into a tree and a brick wall. The crowd rushed to the scene to capture the carnage and check to see if the driver was okay. Following the incident, the driver was seen in tears. Well, of course he would be, as his $500,000 prized vehicle is smashed up and unable to be driven. The bonnet, which is the hood in the US by the way, was crushed, and the boot, which is the trunk in the US, was completely torn apart after slamming into the tree. A spectator told the Evening Standard everyone was shocked and worried for the driver. The Hurricane Performance goes from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in only 2.9 seconds, and it reaches 200 kilometers an hour in 8.9 seconds. Thanks for watching your weekly tech update. If you have a story you think we should feature on the program, send me an email, djraymcneil@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook at Your Weekly Tech Update, and check out the podcast, audio and video versions available on iTunes, Google, Spotify, Audio Burst, and elsewhere on the interwebs. Till next time, I'm Ray McNeil. Good night, world. Your Weekly Tech Update brought to you by Holiday Home Care, Phillip Island, Victoria, Australia. It's your turn to relax. Before you get on holiday on the island, contact Holiday Home Care. We can set up your residence or holiday rental, do the shopping for you, provide linen and towels, and make sure it's all ready by the time you get here, giving you more time to enjoy what Phillip Island has to offer. For more information, visit holidayhomecarepi.com or email holidayhomecarepi@gmail.com.